Alright students, so this is our first video for the voting theory unit. And so what are we going to do in this mini lesson here? So what we're going to do is we're going to first figure out what ballots are and think about preference ballots, and then create a preference table. So that's what we're going to talk about. And then let's just introduce voting theory a little bit. What is voting theory? Well, voting theory is more involved than just electing whoever gets the most votes, right? So there are several methods for determining a winner. A certain method for selecting a winner may be more appropriate based on the type of election. For example, the method of electing a president fairly might be different than a group of friends fairly deciding what movie to watch. So we're going to look at a couple of examples. So let's take a look at this example here. So this is a fictitious student body president election. So there are 5 candidates, candidate A, B, C, D, and E, and these are the votes they got. So there were a total of 450 ballots cast, 450 votes, and notice the vote totals. So based on this, it looks like E should be the winner, right? E received the most votes, but E didn't even come close to receiving a majority of the votes. Half the votes would be 225. E is well short of that. So is it fair to give E the election? I don't know. Well, a lot of elections, when they have multiple candidates like this, they would have what's known as a runoff, and they would have, say, the top 2 candidates run against each other, the top 3 candidates. But logistically, that's not always possible. So maybe you'd set up your ballot a different way. So think about, what if the candidates were ranked in order of 1 to 5? Say when you went to vote, you had to write down your 1st through 5th choice. So here's another example. Say the results were this. And notice E received the most, 102, right? E's got the most. B is second with 98. So E has the most votes. Still the winner. But let's take a look at E's results more closely. If you notice, on every other ballot, E came in 5th. So is that really the choice you'd want for your class president? So 102 students really like E, but then 348 had them ranked last? I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the second choice. So that's B, but look at B. B actually was second on every other ballot. So maybe B should be the winner. So again, it really depends on how you set up your ballots and what you think is fair. So there's a lot of things that we need to interpret, and we're going to talk about this throughout this unit. So let's take a look at setting up a preference ballot. That was just an example of a preference ballot just before. So that's where the voters rank their choices in order of preference. And then we're going to look at the preference schedule or preference table. So these individual ballots are typically combined into one table so you can see all of the data, which shows the number of voters in the top row that voted for each option. So let's look at an example. So here's another example. Say there's a college survey that surveys students about a possible new design for their website. And actually, this is a very common thing. This is known as user experience. So if there's a new website or app or video game or something, they'll actually survey a bunch of people and give them choices and see which one people like best. So if there were 3 sites to choose from, A, B, and C, the individual ballots are shown below, and then we'll talk about how many students voted and create a preference table. So first of all, how many students voted? Well, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I don't have to count all these up. I'm a math teacher. Hold on. So there's 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. So 7 times 3 is 21. So there were 21 votes, 21 ballots cast. And the potential order for these ballots, so like for example, you could choose A first, then B second, and then C, and then you could choose B, C, A, or C, A, B. But how many different combinations are there? So to create a reference table, we first need to figure out how many combinations. So we're going to get into these counting and combinatorics problems later on in the unit, but the easiest way is to just list them all. So let's go through and we'll list each one. So how many ways do I have to pick the first candidate? How many ways? So let's see, I could pick either A or B or C. So there's 3 ways to vote for the first one, right? And then say I pick B. And then how many do I have left to choose from? Well, I have 2, right? I could pick either A or C. So that's 3 times 2 ways. And then if I say pick B and A, and then the last choice is chosen for me, it has to be C. So it'd be 3 times 2 times 1 ways to figure out a different type of ballot. So, or that's known as 3 factorial. So that's what that little exclamation point means on your calculator if you ever wondered. So we'll talk about those much later in the course. But there's 6 combinations, and let's list them. So the first way would be A, B, and C. I could rank them A, B, and C, or I could rank them A, C, B, B, A, C, B, C, A, C, A, B, or C, B, A. So those are the 6 combinations of ballots that I could have. So let's total them up. So we had 5 votes in that order, A, B, and C. We had 3 votes for that order, A, C, B. And then we had 2 for BAC, 4 for BCA, 3 for CAB, and 4 for CBA. Did we count all of the votes? Let's just make sure we did that. So we have 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 3 is 17, plus another 4 is 21. All right, so we got all of the ballots. We didn't miss any ballots. We didn't miss any votes, so there won't be any like voter shenanigans and voter fraud. So we're okay. Let's take a look. So the reason we have these preference tables is it shows us our data in a little more useful framework. But still, who am I going to choose? Which website am I going to choose as the winner? I don't know. A? Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? So I'm going to help you figure this out using Excel. But let's just retally these votes. Just rank. Let's see who got which website got the most first place votes. So we could look at it that way. So let's see. So just first place votes, A, B, and C. So A was first place in both of these ballots. So that's 5 plus 3. So that's 8. B got 6. And C got 7. So I guess if we're just looking at first place votes, A wins. But maybe we really want to count the second place votes too. We want to give them some weight. So let's take a look at the second place votes. So A was second here and here, so a total of 5 votes for second place. B actually got 9 second place votes, and C got 7 second place votes. So if you're going to consider the second place votes too, and you're going to weight them with some importance, then maybe B is your winner, right? Because you had 6 first place votes, but 9 second place votes. So again, that's kind of similar to the last election we saw, where the winner actually didn't have as many votes on the in the middle. So anyway, please let me know if you have any questions about this, and we'll continue looking at different voting frameworks and different types of ballots in the near future. Thanks for watching.